Have you ever been friend zoned? Some people say yes, some people say no. I personally don't really know if I've been friend zoned, but I know I have friend zoned often. A lot of people actually. So today we're going to talk about what's the friend zone. Welcome to Life Anchor. I discuss topics about life, relationships, friendships, psychology, and so much more. I can't wait to share it with you. My name is Karen Baz, and I'm your host. Let's get started. Men and women put the person in the friend zone for different reasons. Some reasons are very clear and others not so obvious. So today we're going to talk about the difference between men and women putting the other in the friend zone and what it could mean, what we should do, and how to deal with it. When a man puts a woman in the friend zone, it usually means that she doesn't have the qualities that he's looking for right now for somebody to commit with. Or he's simply not ready to commit, so he wants to put her in that friend zone. So there's those two categories. Either he's attracted to her, but he's not ready to commit, so he puts her in the friend zone so he can get to know her till he's ready. Or he's simply not attracted to her at all, but he does like her personality. They have the same friends in common, so they still hang out. When a woman, though, puts a guy in the friend zone, I could speak for most women, and I'm generalizing because there's always exceptions. A woman cannot be friends with someone she has feelings for unless she thinks she has hope that in the future they're going to be able to commit or have some type of relationship. I've come to realize that there are 3 different types of friend zoning. So we put people in different categories when we put them in a friend zone. Again, this is all general, so bear with me. The first one is the most obvious one, is that there is no possibility whatsoever for a potential relationship. And that's, in my mind, a real friendship. Now, both people truly decide that they are truly friends, and hopefully none of them develop feelings for one or the other, because then it's going to be like a one-way unrequited love type of thing, right? If there's no possibility of a relationship, it's simply because there's no attraction, physical, mental, there's no connection. Maybe they don't have the same values, the same principles, they have different goals. They're simply not each other's type. And generally, that's the reason why I have friend zoned guys in the past. I still do in the present. The second one is simply somebody who might be attracted to the other person. There might be potential. They have things in common. They get along, but they're not ready. Like, if I'm gonna be putting somebody temporarily in the friend zone, is because I want to assess their needs. A lot of guys kind of do that. They put girls that they might be interested in or they're attracted to in the friend zone till they determine if they're truly ready to commit or take the relationship a step further. But that doesn't mean that they're going to be dating. So in that second category, they are attracted to one another, or the guy is attracted to the woman, or vice versa. There is potential compatibility. They just don't know each other well enough. So it is safer to get to know each other as friends first and then see where it goes. Do you see the difference? The first one, there's absolutely no attraction. The second one, there's some attraction. And the third category, I call it the clueless category. They're just friends and they have no idea if they like each other, if they're interested in each other, if there's any attraction between one another. I want to say immature or lack self-awareness. You're not really paying attention to the cues and the signs that one another are giving, or simply maybe they've been friends for a long time, really had a second to see if that person could be a potential mate. I don't know if that makes sense. There are so many perks with friend zoning someone. First of all, there's no need for any romantic attachments, right? So there's this benefit of getting to know one another, socializing with the opposite sex without having any worries. Now, that's the healthy type of friend zoning. Catching feelings for a friend happens, right? It's a natural human thing, but I truly believe that we have the power to control the way we feel. We can be attracted to someone and still not have any romantic feelings for that person. And that's kind of the difference. You have to catch yourself not catching feelings, or catch yourselves before you catch feelings, because then you change categories. How can you be friends with someone you truly have genuine feelings for? Why would you allow yourself to have feelings for someone who hasn't shown interest in you in any other way but friendship? There are feelings of friendship and there are feelings of more, like the romantic interest and so forth. The issue lies when somebody doesn't want to be or stay in the friend zone. Speak of the general scenario that I've heard about over and over. Two friends, and one of them is starting to have feelings for friend. So let's say friend number A is starting to have feelings for friend number B. But friend number B doesn't see friend number A as a potential partner and so forth. How does friend number A get out of the friend zone? That doesn't make sense, because if they want to get out of the friend zone, they either have to find ways to get person number B to realize that they have romantic feelings for them, or they have to get out. They just have to stop being friends. Does that make sense? Like, there's no middle ground here. Yes, again, I'm generalizing. Getting stuck in the friend zone when you have feelings for someone must not be a fun position to be in. I've always had an easy time making friends. Guys, girls, young, old. Like, for me, socializing is just my nature. It's who I am. I don't necessarily say, am I gonna put you in the friend zone, or am I interested in more? Like, I don't start assessing where I'm gonna put somebody. I just don't. I directly just want to genuinely get to know the person. And that's the thing. I genuinely start getting to know the person and I detach myself romantically. I don't have this weakness of falling into romantic traps, and that's a thing. It's a weakness. Some people just necessarily have and look for romantic relationships everywhere they go. I don't. I've had a lot of guy friends that I've put in the friend zone that I've found out later that they have interest in me. The heart is treacherous. So sometimes we fail to keep ourselves on a friendship level, right? There are different categories of love and care for people. And when one category oversteps the other, we get confused and it can become very hurtful. That sometimes it's okay. Other times it's better to reassess and figure out what your needs are. You need to have a balanced view on friendship and the friend zone altogether. If I'm gonna put someone in the friend zone and all of a sudden they want to get out of it, that's not a threat. But what would be the best solution or the best option in this case? What do you think? So let's get something straight. Putting someone in the friend zone is not a bad thing. It's actually a good thing. It's a protection. If somebody shows interest in you while you're getting to know each other as friends, that's okay. Like, no one's saying otherwise. You have to ask yourself a critical question. Are you willing to risk this friendship? That's what you have to ask yourself, and maybe the person as well. The best thing a friend can do when they start developing feelings for their friend is to tell them. It's the honest thing to do. Isn't communication key? If I start having feelings for someone, I have only two ways in my book. Either I confront them and tell them, listen, I'm having feelings for you, and they could be like, oh, okay, me too, or I'm not there, it's never gonna happen. At least I know right away, and I could work on protecting myself, because we need to protect ourselves. Or I can say nothing at all and slowly but surely stop hanging out with that person till I kind of phase it out. they might want to explore this interest. Like, that would be the best case scenario, right? In my case, it's happened, like I said, many times that it's so sad, but oftentimes the guy comes up to me, someone who I've been friends with for a long time, I've hung out a few times or many times, and they tell me, do you think you and me could ever be a possibility? I'm sometimes thrown off, like, no, like I can't see you that way, and then I give my reasons on why I can't see you that way. Or I simply say, I'm like, where is this coming from? Like, did I do something to make you? But then generally they tell me, no, I've come to assess these qualities that you have, and I'm genuinely interested in pursuing more. The thing is I've never been ready to be in a relationship previously. The thing is when I'm not interested in someone romantically and they express so romantic feelings for me, I get really sad because I'm like, oh man, I thought we were friends. I want to protect you and I don't want to lead you on, and I want to make sure that you're okay. So then I start putting on this role as, oh, I'm here to help you. I'm your friend. I want to know what you're doing to pursue interest elsewhere. But that could also be dangerous because I'm getting too involved. So I've learned as I've matured that when somebody shows interest towards me and I have zero interest, I have to phase them out or cut them off. And unfortunately, and I kind of expect the guy to do the same to me if that ever happens to me. If they're not interested, do me a favor and just let me go. Let me go so I can deal with my own emotional stuff and move on and maybe find somebody who is interested. The number one question I ask myself when I see, when I have a guy friend is, how would I feel if I see them with somebody else from the opposite sex? So if I have a friend that I'm getting close to, that I like, on a friend level, of course, and we have a lot in common, I really like the way he thinks, that's why I'm his friend in the first place. But then I start thinking to myself, how would I feel if this person finds somebody and they fall in love? Generally, if I'm happy that they are gonna be happy with somebody else, I'm like, nice, I'm safe, I'm good, we can continue this friendship, let's do this, I am carefree and life goes on. But when I can't feel that way, I back off. You really have to be genuine in our friendships. I'm gonna do a video about friendships after, watch. But right now it's the importance of understanding that we're all deserving of happiness. A true friend is happy for their friend's happiness, regardless of what they have or they're doing. Obviously, some friendships fizzle out because you no longer have the same interests or your lives have changed. But in this moment right now, you have to really see what is happening in the present. Stop looking at potential or what happened, what is happening right now. And this is what will help you keep that balanced view on your friends. Stay true to yourself. Be genuine. If you do start developing feelings, just say it. Just say, hey, I think you're attractive. I like the way you think. I'm not ready to commit, but I'm really interested in you. I am ready to commit. What do you think? Have a conversation. What is a friend if you can't have a conversation? Please tell me. Communication is key, and above all, protect yourself. It is a protection to speak your truth. Yes, I'm interested. No, I'm interested. We are just friends. We will never be anything else. Don't lie to yourself, and don't lie to your friends either. If you see potential in someone because you're projecting into the future, so you have to see how you're going to assess these things. Whether a friendship is with the opposite sex or the same sex, at the end of the day, you have to love them, right? What's friendship without love? What are they bringing to the table? Why are you even friends in the first place? Just because you're bored? No way. Like, that's the worst type of friendship. I guess some people have those type of friends. But if you want to be really a genuine friend, you shouldn't fear the friend zone. The friend zone is not your enemy. Your enemy is your heart. So how do you befriend your own heart? Is by being true to yourself. Now let's talk about getting out of the friend zone. Reality is you can get out of the friend zone, but there are risks involved. So what I did is I asked a few people a few questions regarding friend zone, and I got their opinion, and I'm going to share the answers with you right now. The first question is, can someone get out of the friend zone? These are the answers I got. Yes, but it's rare. Yes, but it depends. Yes, but it's better to stay friends. Yes, but it's hard. Yes, but you could regret it. See, that's the thing. The answer is always yes. But what's going to happen after you get out of the friend zone? I've really thought about this question, and my personal opinion, yes, the problem here lies in the balance. What's going to happen after you get out of the friend zone? Are you pursuing a relationship, or are you losing the friend that you thought you had? Are you attracted to people who are out of your league? I'm sorry for saying this, but this is a very important topic right now. I'm so sorry for saying this, but some people are attracted to people who are just out of their league. Okay, so how can I put this? It's like I have so many thoughts coming. Maybe I'm going to do another video on attraction, but right now I'm just going to generalize it. There's categories. You could say someone is a 1 on 10 or a 6 on 10. 10 being like amazing, ideal, like whatever your 10 is. And again, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. But if I put myself in a category that's 6 or 7 on 10, and then I'm attracted to someone who's a 10 on 10, I'm being a little bit unrealistic, not really true to what I can attract. I would be able to attract somebody who's a 5, a 6, a 7, maybe an 8. If I get a 10, something's off. It's not only about the physical attractiveness. It's like, what are you bringing to the table? If this person has their whole life figured out, but you don't, they're out of your league. You gotta figure out your life first before you can get this person. Another thing is, what if this person is somebody who's totally extroverted, social, loves to be out all the time, but you're an introvert, you like staying home, reading a book, chilling with your cat. Sweetie, you're not compatible. You need to find someone who's compatible with you. Does that make sense? Anyways, enough about that. The other question I asked was, why do you place someone in the friend zone? So that was a very personal question. These are the answers I got. There's a connection, but it's not romantic. Not my type, but the person is fun to be around with. Emotionally not compatible, so maybe on an intellectual level there is a connection, but not emotionally. There's no real attraction. It's a way to make sure that you're taking your time and you're not giving the other false hope. I love this answer because I think generally men think that way. They want to take their time. How and why would you rush the most important decision, right? Anyway. Another one was when they express interest, but you're not reciprocating. So you put them in the friend zone. When I place someone in the friend zone that I'm attracted to, I just want to make sure that my attraction isn't superficial, if that makes sense. I want to see the other aspects, get to know the inner person. It's very important for me to see that we are compatible on a spectrum of things in life, not just on this physical prospect or potential. It does not interest me. I look at how do they treat me? How do they treat others? Do we really get along? Are we communicating? It takes time. It takes me so much time. So I friend zone them. And generally, the longer they're in the friend zone, the less likely they are to get out. So I kind of feel safe at the same time. I only friend zone people that I feel safe with. I cannot friend zone somebody I don't feel safe with. Then I don't want to be there. The other question is, do you believe you can be friends with someone you have feelings for. So this is like above attraction. I could be attracted to you and be your friend, but can I have feelings for you and still be your friend? So these are the answers. No, you'll always get hurt. No, it's a bad idea. Yes, if you have self-control and you are genuine, it could work. No, not possible. Never, that's a bad idea. No, the relationship won't be genuine. No, what if you have a relationship or start dating? Like, what if they have a relationship and start dating? You're gonna automatically get hurt. Personally, I could never stay friends with someone who I have feelings for, because if I've developed feelings, it's because there was a certain interest and then maybe they've changed their mind. I automatically have to push them away and protect myself. There is no way I can pursue this attraction or these feelings if it's not reciprocated. It's very, very important for me. So hence why for me, friendship is so important, that it's genuine. People communicate with one another. And I usually have an easier time being friends with men who are already in relationships, because that's kind of like a protection for me. And then I want to befriend their wives or their girlfriends as well. But if a guy is single, I'm really, really careful with the way I address him, and I treat them all the same. I'm going to treat my guy friend the same way I treat my girlfriend, with certain exceptions. Parentheses, before I ask the next question, I just want to put it out there. It is not a privilege. I repeat myself. It is not a privilege to be attractive. What? Okay. So being attractive does not determine your worth. You might have a lot of worth and not necessarily be attractive to many people. You might be attractive to many people and have no worth. Does that make sense? Okay, let's jump into the next question. Is being friends with someone you're attracted to appropriate? Everybody said the same thing. The answer is yes. It's normal to be attracted to someone and still be friends with them, because this attraction is very superficial. Or if it's not superficial, you might be attracted to their inner person, but not necessarily to the person they are on the outside, right? You kind of need both to really commit to the next step. Again, it's all about protecting yourself and not getting hurt. Attraction is not a sin. It's not bad. I love to admire and see beauty in other people. What's wrong with that? I don't mind if my friends compliment me, guys or girls. The issue is the feeling part of it. Be careful and protect your heart. The next question is, if you develop feelings, would you tell your friends? Okay, so this is what other people said, right? They said, yes, but you have to be ready for rejection. Love takes courage. Yes, maybe there's something worth pursuing, so why not? And if it's not, move on. Yes, but then there's a risk of losing the friendship, because if it develops into something more romantic, then you gain a person. But if not, it might get awkward. And the other one was, and I really appreciated this one, is it depends. It depends on what type of friendship you have with a person. It's a truly a close friend, or is it just somebody you associate with? So at the end of the day, sometimes it's better to wait to make sure if there is some type of interest in the other person. And then you see what happens. I truly believe that yes, you have to tell the person you're interested in. But if you want to pursue this friendship and stay friends, and you don't want to tell them about your feelings, are you really being genuine? Are you trying to stop feeling the way you're feeling? What if you've been feeling this way for a long time? Are you going to eventually tell them? Like, what's the deal? You got to make up your mind. You can't stay stuck in the middle. Like, this middle zone is just, it's yes or no. The maybe zone is so dangerous. If it happens, and it happens to develop feelings for your friend, what's wrong with telling them about it, right? But again, why are you even developing feelings if the interest is not mutual? I want you to protect yourself. I worry when somebody often falls into the trap of developing feelings for their friend. That is a lack of maturity. They are unable to distinguish friendship from romantic relationships. Or it may be something in their past or in their childhood triggers them to fall in love with somebody who shows interest in them as a friend. Like, there's something there. If it happens very rarely that you develop feelings for a friend, then it's natural. But if it happens often, I need you to step back and really, really take care of your mental health at this point. Very early on, you can really see the triggers of why would I start developing feelings for someone who isn't necessarily interested in me or has shown interest in me. Now, let's just talk about the exception. There's always the exception. People change. I could be friends with someone for a little while or a long while, and then something changes in their life, a circumstance, a situation that causes them to have feelings for me, or that causes me to have feelings for them. But what creates a good friendship is communication. It's all about communication. How often do we communicate? How unoften do we communicate? Intentions, are we intentional and aware and self-aware when we are with one another? We need to set boundaries. Boundaries are super important in protecting ourselves. It's very important that you know yourself, know your weaknesses, know your strengths, know how you are as a person. It takes time. It doesn't happen overnight. You have to draw the line somewhere. There's this person, this guy in the past that thought that I had romantic feelings for them. I never even thought about them that way. Like, they're not even in a friend zone. They're not even my friend. And they came up to me saying, "Oh, do you have feelings for me?" No, like, what is wrong with you? Like, my first instinct was like self-defense, like, relax, buddy. Like, there's a big line between being a friend and being more than a friend. You gotta be a friend first, right? But then I realized, I'm like, maybe it's the way I behave. Maybe this person's culture and background, they're not used to someone who's really, really friendly. They confused my friendliness with flirtiness. I am not flirty. I am not a flirty person. I am a friendly person. And I just distanced myself right away. I had no choice. There's this thing that bothers me that guys sometimes do. They end up having many friends that are from the opposite sex, and they want to get to know all of them, and that guy ends up having more girlfriends than guy friends. For me, that's a red flag. And I think it's the same with girls. Like, if I had more guy friends than girlfriends, that should be a red flag for you too. I should have like this balanced environment, but there's needs to be a balance, and this balance is very important. Because let's be honest, if these girls around that guy or these guys around the girl are always having feelings, maybe someone's manipulating people around them or giving them the wrong perception or the wrong intention. Balance. It's all about balance. Okay, so friend zone is to make someone your friend with no hope for any romantic advancement. Or is it both can be attracted to someone and not necessarily want to pursue a relationship with someone? Attractiveness is not a privilege. It's not about attractiveness. There's more to commitment and relationships, I hope. When other people start doubting your friendship, they're like,
are you guys just friends or more?
Now you have to see your behavior. How are you behaving with them? Are people noticing that you're behaving differently with this friend? Vice versa. And also, when you keep stating,
No, we're just friends. Like,
are you showing people a different side of you that you shouldn't with this particular friend? All about moderation and balance. And it's okay to be honest and to say, yeah, you know what?
We're just friends, but I generally have feelings for this person. You know what? We're just friends, and I don't see any romantic potential with this person.
I'm just not attracted to them that way. It's okay. We're humans. Like, we're allowed to feel and be whoever and whatever we want to be. We have to look out for yes, our own interests, but also for the interest of others. We cannot be reckless with one another's hearts. It's Don't stop associating with people who are going to break your heart every time. Like, stop it. That's not healthy. Good friendships are based on hard work, and they're hard to come by. If you always fall in love with your friend, you're not looking for friendship. You're looking for a romantic interest, and you should be very upfront about it. Listen, I easily fall in love with my friends, so like tell them, like be open about those weaknesses and those strengths. It takes courage, I understand, but it's going to protect you in the long run. As a friend, I create a safe space for my friends. I create a space for me to be able to grow and for them to be able to feel safe and be able to grow as well. I'm not looking for a romantic interest. If it happens, and I'm only saying if it happens, it has to happen organically and naturally. And as a woman, I wait for the man to make the first step. So I will never get emotionally attached or attracted to someone on that level unless there's potential. The potential has to be like immediate, not in the future. It's a matter of respect. I want people to feel safe around me, and I want to be able to feel safe around my friends. For me to have great friends, I work on me being a great friend. So if I'm going to put someone in the friend zone, if I'm going to befriend someone, it's because I want to be the great friend. I want to be the best version of myself and hope that they also become the best version of themselves around me. It's all about that equilibrium, that balance.